Welcome back, trainers. So it is official, the Pokemon Go app has tweeted out that we will be able to earn quadruple Stardust come Cyndaquil Day, because we do currently have this amazing Stardust event going on right now. And then on Cyndaquil Community Day, we're going to be able to earn 2 times Stardust for catching Pokemon as well. So that is going to stack up, not only catching, but hatching also. And we're going to go over some tips on how you can prepare yourself even better come this Cyndaquil Community Day for this 3-hour period. And okay, so let's go ahead and get into this. And as you can see, it is snowing in the game, one of the rarest weathers to see, I suppose. We're going to be seeing this quite a bit come winter time here in Alaska. So I'm kind of excited, I suppose, to do steel type, ice type tests, and depending on what kind of legendary or raid bosses come in. Anyways, first things first, we're going to be going over eggs. And not only that, but star pieces. You need to make sure you have those, folks, okay? And we currently have these sale boxes right now, so you can possibly, save some coins or, purchase one of these. It's well worth it. 14 star pieces, 9 super incubators, and 10 premium passes. And then you have 4 incense to, pop on there, turn on an incense, and then get a few more catches just to boost your Stardust that much better. So this is a steal, all right? And if you can't go for that one, then maybe this one here, because 6 star pieces. Now, I'm going over those because those are essential to just maximizing your dust. Now, back on. Next up is going to be weather boosted Pokemon. I would prioritize those over the others because you're going to be getting a 1.5 multiplier Stardust coming out of those, on top of the quadruple amount that we're going to be getting, and then the start piece, which is going to be a 6 times amount. You're going to be looking at a 7.5 times amount of Stardust for Pokemon that are weather boosted. Now, if you run into something, say like a Pidgeotto or a Pidgeot that's weather boosted, you're going to be looking at a lot of Stardust, okay? So stage 2 Pokemon, and if you're not aware, it goes basic, which is the first Pokemon, the first level, if they have 3 evolutions, and then stage 1 and then 2. It's not stage 1, 2, and 3. So if you're getting confused on that, let me clear that up there. So weather boosted, guys. Now, by no means am I saying that you should go and seek out weather boosted Pokemon, but if you have a boosted and a non-boosted, you should definitely go for the boosted one and then catch the non-weather boosted, so you can just maximize your Stardust as fast as you can during that 3-hour period. Okay, next up is going to be items. That is right. So like we went over, you're going to definitely need those star pieces. This is going to be essential. All right. I mean, you have to take the opportunity to just get as much as you can during this time period, because it's just so outrageous. 6 times the Stardust with the star piece on. And then, the weather booster just going to be 7.5. It's going to be just crazy. On top of stage 2 Pokemon, if you can find a Pidgeot or something like that, woof, that's just going to be insane. So star pieces are a must, okay? Now, you also want Pokeballs. If you use a Go Plus, Pokeballs are a must. You always have to have those. That is your Stardust income. If you're pushing that button all day, that means you're getting Stardust. And if you run out of Pokeballs all the time and you're complaining about it and you don't like it, you shouldn't complain, because that means you're getting Stardust, right? When I run out of Pokeballs, I'm like, oh shoot, I'm out. But at the same time, that means that I was going to town and catching a lot of Pokemon. Hopefully, maybe about 50% of those, but nonetheless, still Stardust income. Now, if you're a passenger or whatever you're doing, walking or however you're playing, and you're using the Go Plus, I recommend that you do not use the Pokeballs to personally catch the Pokemon on the screen. You should go for your Great Balls and Ultra Balls. Let your Go Plus catch everything with the Pokeballs, and don't touch those, because if you do run out, you're going to have to try to replenish them. You're going to have to maybe buy some more in the shop or whatever you have to do. So you probably will be able to prolong your Pokeballs longer if you just let your Go Plus, catch them, and you just use the Great and Ultra Balls. So that's another tip there. I've been doing that for quite a while, so just keep that in mind. All right, next up is cluster spawns and having the Pokemon face you to know which Pokemon you tapped on if you're not actually catching them. Because on community days, I know a lot of people like to tap on Pokemon, including myself, just to make sure they're not shiny and then move on and I don't even catch them. So this is a good way. If you tap on a Pokemon in that specific spot that you are standing, they will face and look at you. So as you can see, they're all facing me here. I've showed you guys this before, but I thought I'd talk about it again because that was a while ago. and I'll give you another example here. So also for cluster spawns, if you know a few of them, I would recommend that you hit them up and then go to your usual grind spot and then go back to those cluster spawns and just keep making your rounds over there. All right, so this is a nice technique, and this isn't necessarily a Stardust gain technique, more of a neat little function to have just so you can know whether or not you've tapped on a Pokemon or not, if you're not trying to catch every single one and you're just trying to look for as many shinies as you possibly can get. All right, now let's talk about backspace. Now, I know this is a touchy subject. A lot of people want the backspace to be increased. That's a lot of Pokemon, guys. I mean, I'm sitting over here with less than 1,000, and the only reason why I'm that high is because I'm hoarding Pokemon for Pokemon Let's Go to transfer them over in. Because if you do have 25 or so around that number, you're going to be able to play special mini games with that specific Pokemon, so I'm getting ready for that. Otherwise, I'd probably be down to like 750 or so. Whatever deal you have going on with, I don't know, 1,500 Pokemon or around that, that is a lot of Pokemon to be holding on to, but it's none of my business. I'm just trying to give you some advice. Make sure you have some space. Even 100 space is good. You might be laughing and thinking, are you crazy? Well, it's not too hard to just transfer Pokemon. I don't think you're going to catch your like 70 shiny Pokemon in a row, and then you're going to have to slowly transfer each one individually. So I think you should be good on that end. Otherwise, you're just going to have to clear some Pokemon, trade them up, see if you can get some luckies, and if they turn out bad, then transfer them. That's what I've been doing. So just make sure you have some space going into this community day. All right, final tips. Here we go. Make sure you have a star piece on continuously through this whole event. Not only that, but you should probably synchronize it with a friend or two. So you guys turn on your star pieces at the same time. When one of you guys run out, you can let the other person know, hey, it's time to turn on the star piece again, so you guys never forget. Okay, that is essential because you're going to be getting so much more with that piece on. Next up is to know your cluster spawns and to continuously move. That is the key, and that is how I continue to play as well. You don't want to hang out in one spot and just wait for things to spawn. If you have a bunch of lures and you live in a nice area where there's a loop that you can do and everything's lit up by Pokestops, then you can do that. That works great. We don't have something like that here. We have downtown, and people light everything up and it works nice. It's just wintertime and it's not as close and compacted as a lot of cities are with Pokestops and gyms. In terms of density, they're kind of spread out. So if you have those kind of deals, then go for it. Otherwise, I recommend that you just continuously move around. Don't go too far between spots where there's not that many spawns because you're reducing your time. Although I have made the jump from, say, downtown to back over to the other side of town, and it took about 15 minutes of not catching as many Pokemon. I'm moving in a car, and my Go Plus is going, but, you know, make a good judgment on where you should go for your catches because that is going to be essential as well. You don't want to get stuck somewhere where there's not that many spawns or stuck in traffic in an area. All right, now final tip, we are over here on the news. Now this is going to be regarding evolving the Quilava to get Blast Burn on Typhlosion. Now you don't need to worry about this during the 3-hour period there. Do it afterwards because you have 1 hour after the event to evolve Quilava into Typhlosion to get Blast Burn, okay? So you don't need to worry about the servers not working. I mean, who knows what could happen. Personally, for me, I was nervous about Metagross. That's why I did them early. But turns out everything was fine, okay? So make sure you maximize your time during that 3-hour period. Don't do any evolutions and just do it after that period because you're going to have 1 hour to evolve them then. So with that said, trainers, that's pretty much it. Yeah, make sure you have those Pokeballs. Make sure you're ready to catch. And last tip, okay, here we go. Make sure when the event starts, you are in the heart of where you want to start. That's it. Okay, you're just sitting there ready to go. You can show up late, you know, some people, certain circumstances, but if you want to just go to town and just be ready to the fullest, make sure you're sitting there right at the heart, ready for things to go down right when that clock turns and community day starts. So with that said, trainers, I'd like to say thank you for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and the tips helped you out, and I'll be catching you all very soon. Take care.